to solve matrix reasoning questions in abstract tests. Imagine you're looking at a grid of shapes and patterns, and your goal is to find the missing piece. It might seem tricky at first, but with a clear approach, it becomes much easier. Matrix reasoning questions are common in civil service exams because they test how well you can spot patterns and think logically. These questions usually show a 3x3 grid with one shape missing, and your task is to pick the correct shape to complete the pattern. The key is to understand how shapes change from one part of the grid to another. First, take a good look at the entire grid. Don't just focus on one row or column. Notice how each shape might rotate, change color, or move position. For example, shapes might rotate clockwise or counterclockwise as you go across the row, or maybe the color shifts from black to white in a sequence. Sometimes, shapes are added or removed as you move along. Keep an eye out for symmetry or reflection, where shapes mirror each other across an axis. Remember, multiple rules can work together, like a shape rotating while changing color. Next, try to identify a pattern by observing the changes carefully. If you see a shape rotating 90 degrees each time, test that idea across other parts of the grid. If the pattern involves adding a new element, check if that applies everywhere. Once you think you've found the rule, apply it to the missing spot. For example, if shapes rotate clockwise and change color, see what shape fits that pattern in the missing position. Then, compare your choice with the options given. Eliminate options that don't follow the pattern you identified. It's also helpful to test your hypothesis on other parts of the grid. If your rule works consistently, you're on the right track. Double-check your answer by seeing if it fits all the patterns in the grid, not just one part. Practice makes perfect, so working through sample questions regularly helps you recognize common patterns faster. When practicing, time yourself to simulate exam conditions. This will help you get used to solving these questions quickly and accurately. In the civil service exam, these matrix reasoning questions are important because they show how well you can analyze visual information and solve problems without relying on language or math skills. They reflected your ability to think logically and adapt to new situations, which are essential qualities for many public service roles. Remember, solving these questions is about careful observation, logical thinking, and practice. By developing a systematic approach and recognizing common patterns, you'll improve your speed and accuracy. Keep practicing, stay calm during the test, and you'll be able to handle matrix reasoning questions with confidence.